Damn. It's been a long time. So, yeah, I'm getting a haircut right now for my brother. Garage Cuts, Alex Guerrero. And so, I haven't done a pod in a while. Maybe some vlogs I haven't done in a while. But this is the start of it. And you always need a haircut. So, check him out. DM me, DM him. What's your IG?
Garage Cuts _IB.
There it is. So check it out if you need a haircut. I know it's tough times right now, but you're gonna need a cut. So might as well.
My machines have been being like weird lately.
Oh really?
Like for some reason, like this one wasn't cutting right, but like.
What do you mean it doesn't cut it? No, is that messing up or what? Pretty much.
No, you're good.
But what do you mean now?
It's cause I just cleaned them all out, so I had to like put like hella oil on them.
Oh okay.
Cause like when you clean them, basically you take off all the oil and like liquid that makes them move side to side.
Like cut smooth and stuff?
Yeah. So you have to like hella oil them.
Right. And then plus it's like it's Friday, so usually people will hit up like a cut like today or tomorrow and stuff. So you're basically like prepping for the weekend.
Yeah, I usually get busy like Fridays or Thursdays and then the weekend.
So what do you even want to cut?
Well, it all started cutting my dad's hair.
Yeah,
and just shaving his head, and then I was like, oh, like I kind of want to start cutting hair. But I always used to like, every time I went to the barber shop, I'd go in there and just like watch them what they do. I started getting into it, and that's when I told my dad, because he told me to cut his hair, and obviously he goes bald, so it's nothing major. But then I was like, oh, I think I need a new machine. Like I'd put it apart and be like, this one's not cutting right.
Yeah.
I need a different one. And after a while I told him, I was like, oh, I want to start cutting hair. And he was like, yeah. Then he bought me like my first 2 clippers. And then after that, I asked you and my other brother if I could start cutting their hair. And I started learning off you guys and stuff. And I started watching videos.
Yeah.
And I actually went to one of my dad's friend's shop, and he taught me a little bit more.
Yeah. Better than I do.
Yeah, taught me the basics and stuff. So I picked it off that, and I just started watching YouTube. Then I just kind of started going along by myself and showing myself more steps and the routines of cutting it and how you gotta cut the hair. Other than that, that's basically it. Just watch videos.
That's pretty cool. That's crazy, you know? Like just, well, it's just time to it. It's been like a year now?
2 years. Almost 3. I started in 2018. I was about like 14 when I first started doing it.
How long does it take you to average a cut on it? Or everyone's different?
Well, like, I mean, people are different, but since I'm still kind of learning more stuff, I take usually like an hour or so. But there's some, like, if it's a different haircut, I already, like, if I do it a lot, then it's like
45, 30 minutes?
30 minutes, yeah.
So yeah, it just depends on who.
Depends on the haircut, like, that you're getting to me, and then, like, the style of the person's hair, because they all grow different and stuff.
Yeah.
Different directions.
What's like the craziest haircut you've done?
Honestly.
Or like, that was like, oh wow, like damn, I haven't done this yet, but like.
The one you're getting right now.
Oh.
Well, I've done it on somebody else, but when it was my first time and they asked for it, I was like, oh, it's basically, it's a regular fade, just kind of more of like a point, and then you have to go in like an oval shape for the first. And then I was like, I should be able to do it. Like I could do it.
Yeah.
And I just said I could do it, even though I didn't know how to.
Yeah. But I mean, if they liked it, you know.
And I showed him. And he was like, damn, like this is clean. And like I didn't tell him it was my first time.
Yeah.
And then I was just like,
but
oh,
you know
yeah.
what you were doing. You just never done it.
Yeah, I just never done. I watched videos on it and everything. I just never actually tried it because nobody actually like asked for it.
Yeah, this was random for me. I just like, I don't know why. I don't even know why. Do you still think you'll be working in the garage like after like COVID and all that? Like once like barbershops are open, but like you think it'd be like more like opportunities and to actually get into it? Like,
well, usually, I mean,
well, you were in one before,
yeah.
So I don't know if I was like, I don't know if you guys watching this don't know, but he used to work in a shop. But you think like it's gonna be like more different for you? Like, do you think it'd be harder or do you think it'd be easier to get into a shop?
Well, I mean,
people hit you up already.
Yeah, like I have my clients, like my daily clients or weekly clients, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, like when I was in the shop, I had more clientele.
Yeah.
Obviously, because I got like new
people come in, they're just like, yeah, sure.
And I was actually in one shop, and the guy that hired me really didn't know how to cut hair.
Yeah, I remember you told me that.
And he told me, and I was by 15, maybe turning 16 at the time.
Yeah.
And like we were talking to him, and he was cool and everything. And he was like, "Yeah, bro, I saw your page, and like I like your cuts and all that." And I was like, "Yeah, like I'm still learning and stuff.
Yeah.
Like barely starting, getting the hang of stuff. I mean, it was cool for my first time because like I really wanted to get in a shop and stuff, and I actually get like, my name more out there, I guess.
Yeah, marketing yourself. Yeah.
And I mean, I did good. I make pretty good money for like being 15.
Yeah.
And stuff. People were actually liking my haircuts and stuff.
Yeah, so you can do that.
And I had like, cause he was never at the shop, honestly. Like he would tell me like, "Oh, I'm gonna go clean the towels," or "I'm gonna go do this. I'll be back."
Yeah.
Like so I'm gonna go run errands.
Yeah.
And then he'd tell me like, "Oh, I'm gonna be back." So like to me, when he says I'm gonna be back, I'm expecting him to come back.
Yeah.
He didn't come back. He freaking. And I mean,
just getting into like.
I had, and right there, since it's close by my house, Imperial Beach, Coronado area, we have a lot of military people.
Mm-hmm.
So I had this one guy. He's in the military. He always came to me. My first time, he walked in the door, and I didn't know who he was or none of that. And like obviously, I get the conversation started going. Like, oh, like what do you do? Like, do you mind answering or whatever? And then he was just like, oh, like I'm in the military. I want to say he was in the Navy. Yeah, the Navy. He's like, oh, I'm in the Navy and stuff. And then I was like, really? Like, started talking about it. And I mean, I thought about joining it, but I don't know. I look at it as kind of like a big risk or something. Like, I don't really see myself doing it as much. So then I started talking about it, and he's like, honestly, bro, he's like, it's cool and all, but he's just like, I like it. He's like, it's not for some people, but he's like, you're good. Like, he's like, I actually really like your haircuts. And he kept coming to me, and I was trying to build my clientele more, obviously. And I told him, hey, if you bring me more clients, like if you refer people to me, then like I'll hook you up with haircuts and stuff. Like I'll cut like the percentage of like the money or whatever. I'll like sometimes I give it to him for free. And he's like, oh yeah, cool. And I mean, I didn't really think he was actually gonna bring me people.
Yeah.
And he told like all his Navy friends. And he's like, hey, go to like this barber. Like he's cool, he's good, he's young, and he cuts like good hair and stuff. And I was like, all right, cool. So like one day I think I got a text, and it was like, yo, my friend Tucker sent me. He said you cut hair. I'm his friend from the Navy and stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, what's up, dude? And we started talking. He's like, hey, can I get a haircut soon? And I was like, yeah, like I could get you today or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right, cool. Like, I'll be on my way. I'm barely getting off like the base and stuff. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, I'll be ready. So he came in and he's like, oh, like I'm Tucker's friend and stuff. And he's like, you're Alex, right? And I was like, oh yeah, I got you. And he's like, yeah, Tucker sent me here and stuff. And he was like, oh, he said that you cut good and you're young and stuff. And I was like, yeah. So, and then they're all young. They look like they're like in their 20s or like max, like 20, probably 26.
30 max or 30.
Yeah, like 30s max. And he started liking me. I told him the same thing too, like, oh, if you bring me more people, like, I'll hook you up and stuff. So, like, eventually the word, I guess, got out there. Not, like, on the military base.
Yeah.
But, like, throughout their friends and stuff and people they talk to.
Yeah.
Because I guess on the military base, like, Tucker told me, he's like, hey, dude, I have people asking, like, who cut my hair and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, like, tell him, like, give him my name or my number, whatever. Like, I don't mind. And he's like, all right, for sure, dude, good. Like, I got you. And I kept getting texts like, hey, I'm Tucker's friend, or I'm this guy's friend. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, yeah, I can get you in. So, I mean, he helped me out a lot, too, with, like, his friends and stuff.
Yeah.
And the shop closed down, and he texted me like, yo, you still cutting hair? And I was like, bro, like, he actually closed down the shop.
Dang.
And I was like, I wanted to tell my clients, but, like, he didn't even give me, like, a week in advance. He gave me, like, it was Sunday, and he said, hey, I'm closing tomorrow morning on Monday.
Yeah, that's
make sure you get your stuff out.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Like, I thought he was messing around, because, like, he always joked around with me, kind of.
Yeah.
So I was like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, I'm closing by like tomorrow night on Monday. And I was like, bro, like, you should have told me, like, in advance. Like, I have clients that, like, I could have got their numbers or whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of screwed you over there.
So, I mean,
So
I was...
2 weeks, you listen to tell people, like, hey, like, or you had a card.
Yeah.
Well, next time you can make you cards and just be like, you know.
Yeah. Like, I mean, good thing, obviously, like, it's not like freaking moving a house or anything. You don't have nothing to move. You just load it up in, like, in your little briefcase.
Yeah.
And take all your machines. But, like, my thing was, like, dude, like, I had clients waiting for me. And, like, honestly, I lost a lot of clients because...
Oh, 100%. You couldn't even send them here. Like,
yeah. And there was this one guy that lived, like, in the apartments, like, right behind the shop. And he told, like, he was like, oh, he came in and he's like, he said, do you know how to do this haircut? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, bro, I've been going to, like, a bunch of shops and they've been, like, fucking my shit up. Like, I don't like the way they're cutting it. And I was like, oh, like, really? He's like, I live right here, too. He's like, I just be going to, like, Chula Vista and stuff to get haircuts.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you never been here? He was like, nah. And I was like, oh, like, I got you, whatever. And he's got, like, a mid-skin fade. Actually, no, it was a low fade. He got a low fade, and I got him, and he looked at it, and he was like, yeah, like, this is pretty good. He's like, what the heck? Like, I didn't know, like, there was, like, a shop. I always knew there was a shop by my house, but he's like, I never really went because I went to a couple in IB, and, like, I didn't like the way they faded it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And he came, and I got him, and, I mean, he liked it because he told me, and he came back, like, at least, like, 3 times before we closed. Because I didn't know, and he came back again, and he's like, oh, same thing, like, regular haircut. I was like, alright, I got him, and then we closed, and I want to say he came on that Sunday, and that's when I found out we were closing. I was like, hey, bro, like, we're closing. He just told me today, and he's like, oh, for sure, can I get your number and stuff? So I gave him my number.
Oh, man.
And, like, I just actually recently texted that Navy client. And I told him I might get back in the shop, or if I don't, like, I'm here cutting at my house. And he's like, for sure, like, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Because I think he was actually out somewhere right now. I'm gonna do another podcast with Isaac when he comes down.
I heard he's supposed to come down. I would definitely do that. I'm definitely gonna do that.
Coming down November 12th.
12th, got it.
To the 18th.
Got it. Yeah, I'll probably do that.
And he's not gonna stay longer, because he usually does, but he's not, because, like, he just got a new job or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Final product right here, the sauce. It's clean. Yeah, this definitely looks good. We're definitely gonna do this again. Yep, for sure. Tune in next time. Let's get it.